Welcome everyone to my review of the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon that just came out a few days ago. I watched it just a few hours ago. I got back home and I want to talk about it. So I was actually pretty worried when it was first kind of announced, because live action remakes of animated stuff that are generally really well received don't exactly have a good reputation in general. Primarily because of Disney with all of their soulless live action remakes of classics that I genuinely love and that many people really love, that weren't exactly well received and rarely are, especially lately, for changing a lot of things about the story, the characters, removing things or adding things that aren't really needed to make it more modern, or just because, I don't know, maybe they didn't want to, and they were kind of just soulless recreations of it that nobody really looks back fondly at. They would much rather watch the older version that's way better, and they remove scenes or they remove characters even, that were pretty important and that were really fun. They kind of just take the heart out of the new version. But I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised with this version. So when I saw the behind the scenes stuff, when they first announced the remake of How to Train Your Dragon, they were bringing back the director, and then they even did a one-for-one recreation of the scene where Hiccup first meets Toothless or begins to connect with Toothless, which is a pretty cool scene. A lot of people that I know like that little shot that they released out there very early on, and I did too. And it looked pretty accurate. The characters and the way everything was designed looked very accurate too. Here, it's just picture the animated movie and then just slap it into live action. Everything looked great. Sure, there were some characters, Astrid in particular, who doesn't really look like the character because they didn't dye the hair blonde when she's absolutely blonde in the animation, but they didn't do it here. The actor was fine though. I didn't really have a problem with it. I just think they should have dyed the hair just so it looks more accurate to the character. I think there's some characters also, like the twins, who, well, I mean, they were redheads, but they're supposed to be blonde. But I haven't seen the original movie in quite a while, so correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I think story-wise though, they didn't change much. It was the same plot, and it was a very enjoyable one too. I enjoyed just watching it pan out. It's a really fun recreation of the original one, which I really love, and to see it brought to life in live action and to see it done properly and to be done well was very refreshing, and honestly made me really happy, because Disney doesn't do anything right. Thankfully, this was done by DreamWorks, or was it Universal? Anyway, they did this one right, and they did it well. And I gotta say, this is probably the best live-action remake of any animation thing ever done. And they did what they were supposed to do. They did their job. They did a remake of the live-action movie, and it was still good. They casted everyone well. They even brought back some of the original actors to just play them in live action. They brought back the director too, which is a good idea. And then the way everything was built and designed was really good. The dragons, every single one of them looked very good. And I heard the budget of this movie was cheaper than the one that they did in the animated one, which is pretty good because the movie looked great in my opinion. There was a lot of scenes that I just loved the way it was shot. The scene where Toothless and Hiccup first connect and really meet, that one shot that they released early. And then even that one scene where Toothless is about to catch Hiccup while he's falling into the volcano. I love that shot. That looked really good. The music was great. I think there was just one scene in particular that I think they could have just fixed just by prolonging it a little bit to let the moment sit more, which is where Astrid sort of switches up and starts to like Hiccup when they kidnapped her in a way, and they took her on a flight. I feel like they could have made the scene where she apologizes to Toothless a bit more. They could have made that last a bit longer, and they should have sort of let it sit, just because at first she was all intent on just killing him, but then there was sort of a switch up which wasn't really shown too much. I mean, it kind of was eventually, but that scene I feel should have sit a bit more. But that's kind of the only minor problem that I have, because everything else I genuinely really like about the movie. I mean, should you watch this over the original? I think you should just watch both. I mean, it's fine. It's cool to see it brought into life through live action, and it's also cool to just look back at the original one. So I think both of them I'd recommend. And yeah, I'm glad to see a really good remake of a live action or of an animated thing, and I think this was done pretty well. And if they do plan on doing the second and third movie also, which they probably will do because for money, but I don't know. I hope they do it well because they did this one really well, and I hope they continue that. And yeah, that's kind of all I have to say for this video. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and watch the movie. I think you guys should watch it. It's pretty fun. I had fun. I liked it. So yeah, destroy the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.